Elite Gaming.
What's up guys, it's Andrew at EliteGamingHQ and I wanted to bring you a new video today. And today's video is going to be about PC games that basically any PC can run. Now I don't mean any PC, but I mean almost any PC. If you have like a Pentium 4 Dell sitting around for the past 20 years, that's probably not going to run it. But I will tell you that a lot of games on this list you will be able to run with, what was it, 8 years ago I had a laptop with an i3 integrated graphics and I could run a lot of these games. So there's something to be said about that. So if you have something old, or you don't have a video card, or you're using some kind of like Vega graphics, for example, like the PC that we just ordered from Digital Storm. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description down below. I mean, I'll pin it to the first comment. That makes it easier. In that video, I bought one of their PCs and we're waiting for it to come, and we're going to do a full review of it, a breakdown and all that. But that has integrated graphics, so every game on this list, that PC will run. Not saying that is the best for that type of money, but we're going to figure all that out. Anyway, in this video, if you have something like that, the point is you'll be able to run all these games. Now currently right now it is the Steam Lunar Sale, but the other thing to note is a lot of these games are going to go on sale throughout the year all the time, and this will just be a reference list. One beautiful thing about PC gaming is there's a lot of indie developers, and indie developers out there can make a lot of games that a lot of people can just run, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a demanding game to be an awesome game. So that's another thing. So hopefully I can bring some games that maybe you haven't thought of, or games that you haven't seen before, because I know there's a couple in here that are hidden gems. The next thing I want to mention is, of course, I can't show you every game that you can run because there's going to be thousands. These are just ones that I recommend that if you haven't played, try picking them up and giving them a go. So let's get started with the list because I don't want to waste too much of your time. The first one's Doom. So this may be surprising because this is a game from 2016, but Doom is optimized so well. One thing that id Software does is they sell game engines basically by making a great game. If you use Intel integrated graphics, and you can even look up tutorials online on YouTube places, you will be able to get Doom to run in around the 50 to 60 FPS. It'll look a little choppy. It's not going to look like these screenshots, of course, but you don't have a graphics card or you have an older computer, you can still enjoy this amazing game. And this is definitely an amazing game. It's worth playing. It's worth checking out. So not to waste too much time on it, Doom is an excellent game you can run. Okay, next is Die for Valhalla. A lot of people don't know about this game. This game is a side-scroll hack and slash, kind of like Golden Axe. It's a great game. I actually streamed it. The developer, before they put it out, gave me a stream copy to stream it to check it out. And I had a lot of fun with this game. One interesting thing about this game is it entices you to almost die, basically. You go through the side scroll, you build up honor, and you get killed, and people come out stronger. That's basically how this game works. It's amazing. If you can see right here, gore, blood, big boss battles. This game will run on almost anything, of course, and it's just a great all-around game. So that's Die for Valhalla. Left 4 Dead 2. Now, a lot of people have already played Left 4 Dead 2, but I wanted to put it on this list because if I didn't, there'll be people down in the comments below saying, hey, what about Left 4 Dead? Left 4 Dead will run on basically anything. And you can even do some mods. Like you see here, if you want to turn all the enemies into one type of enemy, clowns, whatever. Left 4 Dead 2 is a 4-player co-op zombie apocalypse game that you just run through and murder things down. There's multiple boss monsters. Well, I wouldn't say so-and-so boss, but unique monsters. So Left 4 Dead right now is only $2, so you'll find it on sale for $2 at any time. And so here you go. I mean, basically it's telling you need a 2-core processor and 2 gigabytes of memory and basically hardly any video memory. The game just runs really smooth, really good all the time. Alright, Don't Starve Together. Don't Starve Together is a top-down survival game that is brutally hard. I had a long time of playing this game before I actually got good at it, but then again, there's tons of mods on the Steam Workshop to get you to play this game and make it less stick punchy so that you have more fun with it, but this game will kick you in the balls if you don't know what you're doing. Even the insanity meter is just insane. It's a hardcore survival with like a nice kiddie feel to it. It feels fun to play. You build bases, that big monsters come and trample on them. Wolves come at night and try to kill you. Here's a big monster right there. But the good thing about Don't Starve Together is you can play it with friends. So that makes the game infinitely better. Also, check out the Steam Workshop to get extra characters. You can play with, there's so many characters. Like, for example, if you ever seen the anime Berserk, the guy Guts, what a giant buster sword basically is what he has. You can play with him. You could play as a Cloud, and all of them, there's balanced characters and there's OP characters just for fun. So you can do any of that. And also, if you get this game and you launch your own servers, other people online will come jump in your server. It'll make them download the mods real quick, install them to their game, and then they'll be able to play with you. So there you go. Don't Starve Together. Many hours of fun. Very little graphics. The Ship Remastered. Okay. Now the Ship Remastered is a game that I got. Also the developers I talked to, and I got this game early, and this is a remake of an older game. Of course, it's very easy to run, and basically how it is you are people on a ship, let's say 8 players, and one of them is a person you have a contract to kill. And actually everybody's got a contract to kill somebody, but they can't do it in plain sight. They can't be seen by other people. So over time, as you like live on this ship, you figure out a way to kill people. And then most of the time, like when you're playing this game, you're playing with online characters, so you're killing other people. Like, I've never played, I don't even know if there is bots, but everybody that I played against, they were online and they were looking for that one contract, and you don't know who they're trying to kill. And you do different strategic things to kill the people, and you can't get caught by cops, and there's multiple different ways to kill people. And obviously, see, they added in other characters like Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump just because the game's goofy and it's fun to play. It's $3 right now. Good game to pick up for $3. Next, Terraria. Okay, Terraria is, however you want to call it, is an amazing game. It was on my winter sale list. Like, if you like these kind of lists, of course I do them every Steam sale. But this game, what's so awesome about this game is the infinite possibilities. Once again, incredible mod support, but it is a hardcore side-scroll RPG that you can run on basically anything. I mean, this game is probably easier to run than Roblox. But don't let that fool you. This game is intense when it comes down to building objects, fighting bosses. As you can see, the game just gets crazy and out of hand, and it's just brutally hard at some point. So this is a good game to pick up with friends. This is just what I was going to say. Usually they offer packs. Now you can pay $15 and get 3 of your friends, including yourself, this game just to play together and try to survive. So great game overall. And something to be noted about it, it's like side kind of Minecraft in a way, but like Minecraft actually can be very demanding on your PC, especially when you get into mods. It doesn't use video memory. It's a flash game, so it uses RAM basically. So the best way to play Minecraft is you need 16 gigs of RAM. But back to Terraria, you can get away with hardly nothing. See, it's required just to play it is absolutely nothing. Okay, so let's go into Undertale. Of course, Undertale you can tell just by looking at it, but I've actually never played this game. I've watched people play this game. This was one of the ones that I watched. I enjoyed watching people stream. It's crazy 8-bit, over-the-top story RPG, and I don't know, like a flower would kill you, and like there's just so much to do, and even the boss fights, like the things you have to do, you have to learn on the fly. It's a very, very unique experience. Okay, it can play on any system, and as you see with these reviews, I'm not even just the one pushing this game forward. Everybody loves this game. Like, even when you look at very positive in most places, it'll be like a 70 or 80. This is 93 and 95%. So definitely highly recommend this game. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's definitely pretty cool. And what is this? Oh, the soundtrack. I won't bother with that. $4, you can pick up the game. It goes on sale very frequently. Alright, Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army. This is another game I played with integrated graphics. You can get an easy 30 FPS out of this game. So basically console, early PS4, PS3 type FPS, and it's overall a fun game. With the Army Trilogy, you'll actually pay, let's see here, I don't know, they don't have it on the list here, but you can look for the Trilogy game, and it's a little more, maybe it's like $10 or $15. I had it on one of my other lists. It'll offer you 3 different games, but Overall, the point of this game is it's a mod for Sniper Elite, and it has the bullet time slow down, like rip through zombies' heads and blow them apart. And at some points, you even set up, like, for instance, you'll be in a church and you set up defenses and waves of zombies will come. And it's just an all-around fun game. It's 4-player co-op and very easy to run. So let's move on. Killing Floor. Okay, so Killing Floor 1 and even Killing Floor 2 have to be on this list. 1's super easy to run. Now, some people may prefer Killing Floor 2 because one thing about PC gaming is you can use any input device. And with a game like this, a lot of people like to play with a controller. Killing Floor 2 has controller support. Killing Floor 1 does not. But there's also a lot of good overhaul mods for Killing Floor. For instance, the DAW mod, which is like a mission that you play through that you can just download right off of Steam for free. The game's super easy to run. But now down to Killing Floor 2, if you play with a medium to low graphics on integrated Intel, like I said, this laptop from 6 years ago, I was able to get a stable 45 FPS, sometimes dipping down to 30, but it wasn't very noticeable. And 45 is actually really smooth on something that doesn't have a video card. They also do a lot of events. So overall, great game. I always recommend this game. $10, okay? Look for it on sale. Dead Space. Dead Space is my favorite sci-fi horror game I've ever played. Now, that's Dead Space 1. I don't really prefer the other ones. Now, this game actually came out for PS3, and that's where I played it when I had knee surgery. And I played through it multiple times. I was a couple trophies away from Platinum in this one. To put in my collection, I think I have like 20 PS4 PlayStation trophies, platinums, but this was one of the games I tried to get it in, and I just didn't have it in me to get the last like 3 trophies or whatever it is. But either way, it's an easy game to run, and it's actually really beautiful. You'd be surprised. And the fact that you're killing monsters in a different way, where you got to rip their limbs off or use kinetic powers to take their limbs and pin them to walls, stuff like that, it's a one-of-a-kind experience, and it's scary. If you play it with a headset on, this game will creep you the fuck out, okay? So, and also there's an anime, like well, I guess it's an American-made cartoon that if you watch it, it's called Dead Space, and it'll show you the story leading up to the event that you play in the game. And your character's not like a soldier or anything. He's a miner. So basically a lot of your weapon is this mining tool, but it's really good at cutting enemies' arms off, and basically that's what you have to do to kill them. So, very good game. $5. I think it's a must-have experience, and it will run on almost anything. Like as you see here, it only needs 1 gig of memory. Yeah, such an easy game to run. Okay. So next, Payday II. Payday II is a bank heist game. It's a co-op game where you can pick multiple different characters with multiple different skills. You can upgrade how they look with their masks here, and upgrade your skills as you go on. Payday 2 I played it when it came out, I believe. Yeah, probably around 2013. It's been like 6 years. Great game overall. Very glitchy at some points. Like the cops like come in through the walls. Like your game can get ballsed up at points, but it looks good and it runs really good. I was actually very surprised at how good this game ran. So if you have a cheap PC laying around and you want to incorporate your girlfriend or your little brother into playing with you, this is a good game to get together because you guys can do these bank heists. Now, they're similar to the heists in GTA, but they're not as involved. Like you don't have like extra guys with you that level up, and you don't get to pick as many options. But like some of them be, for instance, like, you know, go rob a bank and one guy's got to constantly man the drill and it overheats and stuff like that. So overall, good experience. $5. All right, next we have Fallout New Vegas. I have to recommend Fallout New Vegas for anyone who hasn't played. The game is a little bit glitchy at times because it's a Bethesda game, but most of it's worked out. And as you see, everybody loves this game. Honestly, still, Obsidian's New Vegas may be the best Fallout ever made as far as 3, 4, 76, of course, this is better than that. New Vegas is probably one of the best ones. Obsidian wasn't good at making the game, so to say, but the story is amazing. There's like 8 different ways to beat the game. I do have a platinum in this game on PS3. And, yeah, customize your character. There's perks every other level. There's skill points. It's a game that you can play through multiple times because, like I said, there's multiple different endings. But not only that, is like one time you play through, you only have like from a character from level 1 to 20. It's like, okay, I'm going to be a melee guy who has explosives, and then that's your character. or you can be a guy who uses laser weapons and like something else, and you just can't do everything. So it makes it have a lot of replay value to play in different styles and to beat the game in different ways. Now, another thing that's really awesome about this game is the mod support. The mod support is amazing. If you go to Nexus Mods, there's so many mods. So I mean, think about endless amounts of expansions for this game that you can just get at any time just for free. There it is. That's what kind of mods, and they'll vote which one, upvote the ones that are good. There's overhaul mods, so I just can't talk enough about it, but we got to get through the list. For $3 right now, it frequently goes on sale for $5 out of sale. It's worth the whole $10, honestly, but I would try to get the Game of the Year edition for $10 because you're going to get all the extra expansions. One of them I didn't really like, but there's other really good ones, like the one in the Grand Canyon's really good. The one where you're stuck in kind of like where you go through the movie theater, you'll see that. That one I didn't really prefer. Okay, next we have Castle Crashers, which is another side-scroll game. It's a great game as far as over-the-top hack and slash, once again, 4-player co-op, and good. Another game that these guys make is Battle Block Theater, which I actually forgot to put on the list, so be sure to check that one out. But these guys always have sales. We're down to $3, $3.99 for Castle Crashers or Battle Block Theater. So if you like the Golden Axe feel, hack and slash, level up, so if you like the Golden Axe feel, hack and slash, level up type game, then this is a good game for you. You know, everybody loves it there. Once again, I don't think I found a game, like sometimes they have recent will be really weird, but I've never found a game that's been really hideous that I liked as far as the reviews are concerned. Alright, next we have Dishonored 1. Dishonored 1, very easy to run. It's a little bit harder than some of the other games, but you will still be able to get away with it. I'm trying to remember what graphics card I tested this on. I think it was a R9 250, like something very, very limited. And this game ran great on it. So let's see, you only need 4 gigs of RAM, and your video memory is, yeah, so you don't even need 1 gig of video memory. So this is basically on par to run it at good medium settings, and then here you go to run it at like the standard to low settings. So there you go. And also, this game has a unique element that you can go through the whole game without killing people, but if you do start killing people, the world gets more chaos in it, and then like rat swarms come, and like in the second game, it's like these flies come. Overall, good experience, great game. Alright, Kingdoms of Alomar Reckoning. This is like a top-down Diablo-ish game, I would say you can compare it to, but what the cool thing about this is you have unique skill trees, and you know, it's more of like a God of War almost, like something like that in Diablo. It's kind of a mix. It's hard to define this game. Now the thing is, the studio went under, which kind of sucks, so there's no support for this game, but you don't need it. The game was completely completed, and you could freely switch between different stat trees. I think there was 3. There's 3 different ways to play, so that's pretty cool. And as you see here, it has a lot of hard drive space, geez. But yeah, memory, hardly nothing. 2 gigs of RAM and 512 video. So basically nothing. So computers back from like 2009, 2008 will be able to run this game super easy. And honestly, it's not a bad looking game. So chances are, even if you have Intel integrated, you'll be able to run this game at max. But I'm absolutely sure this game will work for you. Alright, next is Dungeon Defenders. This is a game that I like to recommend to people that's never seen it. It is a tower defense hack and slash game. Now that sounds weird, but how it works is between waves, well, first off, you pick different characters, and you can actually switch between the characters in the like little hub area between the waves. You pick a character, you set up traps, and then waves of enemies come and try to kill your crystal, and you hack through them and kill them. So that's pretty cool, but the unique thing about it is it has like, if you ever played any Diablo game or any of those type of games, when you bring up and each character has all these different like item slots, like boots, chest, helmet, all that stuff, they're all in this game, okay? And there's millions of them. Your character can be completely different. As you see, this knight has a different sword and everything. Look here, he's got a laser sword. The girl has like guns. It's there you go. You see it right there. So it's like a really complex tower defense shooter game. And each person has unique skills and unique like traps they put down on the ground. So overall, I always recommend this game. I played this game so much. And number 2, I hear, is meh. But this one was really good, and I can vouch for it, and it's going to run on any system. All right, next, Outlast. Now, Outlast is a horror game for you guys that like them. Oh, another one I didn't put on the list that I'll have to mention is super easy to play. It's like very short though, but you got to figure it out, is Emily Wants to Play. That's another great game. If you can get that for like $3, I would say pick it up just for the experience. With headphones on, that game will fucking fuck you up. It'll make you scared. Anyway, so Outlast is a survival, like horror-ish game. There's another one too. I can't remember. They came with Outlast, but either way, Outlast is a horror game that I would recommend that you guys pick up. It's very easy to run. Once again, it's going to get super positive reviews here. Let's see what we got as far as, yeah, one half of a gig of video memory is all you need to run Outlast. So very easy. Okay, so Saints Row the Third. Now this one may be an oddball on the list, but the reason why I picked Saints Row the Third, because for me, it's my favorite Saints Row. I don't like number 4 where you get the superpowers. I feel like your character's too overpowered and it got too deviated from what Saints Row really is. What this game is all about is it's over-the-top action where you take over a city as a gang and you take over section by section by section. And there's tons of extra missions, so think of GTA, but over the top. I mean, let's face it, guys. One of the weapons is a giant dildo bat. So, yeah, that's how serious this game takes itself. And I thought it was always fun to, like, go and like, grab the cars and bring them into the, like, repaint area so that now you own them in your library, like, of cars that you can drive around. There was like an FBI vehicle that you had to get like a certain amount of stars, but they would kill you, but you can get it early because of great handling, and you would jump in that car and bring it to the place real quick before the cops killed you and get rid of all your stars basically. So, and you get to customize your character. So overall, this game doesn't take itself seriously. In the first opening act, you fly out of a helicopter, no, you fall out of an airplane with a tank and you shoot things with the tank. So that's how crazy this game is. Just non-stop thriller. $3. It was a PS3 title, and it's gonna run everything. Oh man, we got so many games to get through. Okay, so Hotline Miami, as you can see, this game's gonna run super easy. This game I'm not a huge fan of, but I have played it. One good thing about this game is the music element to it, and a lot of people really love it, so I had to put it on the list because this is another one of those fan favorites. And you go corridor to corridor, open the door, shoot them. I used to have an old Mission Impossible game that was like this. I think it was for like the old Nintendo. So really cool. If you like that, the color palette, let me give you a little bit of gameplay because I can't really describe it in just action. So here we go. See how he opens the doors and he's corridor, killing all the enemies. And if they hit you, you're dead. So, and you get to just redo the mission. So eventually you start to see where the enemies are and you plan it out real well. But of course, just by looking at this game, you know it's going to run. All right, next, Titan Quest. This was on my under $10 list. This is a Diablo game. Basically, it's that hack and slash Diablo, grind your loot, upgrade your character with skill tree type of game. I love these kind of games. So here you go, $5, Titan Quest Anniversary. So you're getting the big one. This game I played, geez, like 10 or 12 years ago. So it's really good. It's gonna run on anything. And I love the Greek mythology setting. So here you go. Look at these graphics, even for your recommended. So you'll be able to max this game out easily with older PCs, no problem. Next is Bastion. Now I have to put Bastion on the list only. This is a newer game, but it looks amazing. It plays really well, and it's very smooth. Overwhelmingly positive here. And here you go. So, your 512 video card, this is just what it takes to run it, apparently. But yeah, Bastion is a unique experience. It's kind of like a top-down hack and slash. Another one of those games, but if you look here, you can see why I would recommend such a game. Just looks and feels amazing. Oh, a game I didn't put on this list. Another one I have to mention is Darkest Dungeon. I love Darkest Dungeon. Be sure to check that game out. That's another great game, but it's a little hard. Alright, Rainbow Six Vegas 2 is a very easy game to run. This game I prefer over a lot of the Rainbow Six games. I played this one extensively. I played the multiplayer extensively, but you can do the whole campaign co-op, which is pretty cool, and you kind of really feel like a badass. I mean, you come down the buildings upside down, shoot a guy with your pistol, and then repel into the building and murder all the hostiles. That's really fun. This game is really sick. The multiplayer, a lot of times, though, it just seems like a lot of people covering behind the third-person cover and then throwing grenades to kill you off. That kind of gets annoying, so you just disable the grenades and like make people actually shoot you, and you get to customize your character with his gear, his weapons he takes, and what upgrades like optics and stuff you put on your guns. $3.39. It's definitely worth playing through the campaign. And yes, very, very, very easy to run. Alright, Serious Sam. Serious Sam is the opposite of serious. One thing about Serious Sam that I can say, there's also a co-op element on Serious Sam, but what's really cool is you can do these missions where you just play around in an open world and they just come at you and you just kill them. That alone is probably worth the $3 price tag. Yeah, $3.99 for Serious Sam. It's been out for quite some time, but it's overall a fun game. The boss fights are unique, where you have to actually figure out a pattern or figure out how to kill them. So I remember there's one with like pillars, and you gotta like kill him before he knocks down all the pillars or you die. It's pretty good. So it's definitely something to pick up. And as you see, it gets plenty of good reviews, and our specs are very easy to run. Okay, so Rogue Legacy. This is a roguish game. This is a different genre, so I'm trying to cover a lot of different ways. And how Rogue Legacy works is you have, basically it's a time-based game, how a lot of people use it. They try to beat it as quick as possible, and you try to go through the game, the whole game, basically without dying. And if you die, the next generation of your character goes into the dungeon again. So you just have to look up how rogue games are. It's hard to explain, but a lot of people beat this game on a timer. It's like cool, I would say, for like one weekend. I'm not the kind of elitist kind of person that's going to play this non-stop until I can get the whole run down to 2 hours, but people have done it. So out of the roguelike games, Rogue Legacy is definitely a good one. It reminds me of old school Iron Sword, stuff like that. So okay, Binding of Isaac. There's a huge fan base for Binding of Isaac. There's so much backlore, and it's actually really dark. And, well, there's Binding of Isaac and Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. And the story is, like I said, it's really freaking dark. But it plays like if you like the dungeons in old school Zelda. That's how it plays. Although Isaac #1, I think, is just keyboard and mouse, and Afterbirth was a controller. And this is the kind of game that, like, I feel like I have to play with a controller, because as your character moves around, it's hard to use the WASD and like just shoot, because he shoots these little things out. And you can also play the 1-2 player as the little thing that follows you around, kills people with you. It does a little bit of damage or whatever it is, but it'll run on anything. It's actually not on sale during the Steam sale, but you can pick it up anytime on sale, and it's very easy to run. All right. And lastly, we have Super Meat Boy. Now, Super Meat Boy, something to be said about this game is it's a side-scroller that is brutally hard, and I feel like you can play this game for a long time, but then you're going to get to a point where you just can't win anymore. and that's the end of it. What's cool about it is after you beat the missions, though, like say you go through these mazes and you don't get cut up by this and your guy saves the girl and you win or whatever, it's gonna show every death you had. So if it's a hard map, you're gonna see like 400 of your guys dying like all over here and stuff until you finally make it, which I thought that was a pretty cool touch to it. So Super Meat Boy. Another good one to check out is Tembo the Elephant. That's kind of like a side-scrolling one where you're an elephant, you spray things down with water and stuff. Also another very easy game to run. So I gave you tons and tons of recommendations. Like I said, I can't cover them all because there's just so many out there. If I was going to pick a couple from this list, I would pick Doom and Die for Valhalla, Left 4 Dead, and Fallout. They would be the ones that if you haven't played, and Don't Starve Together. They're like some of my favorite games as far as campy like games, and Doom's just like over the top crazy. The best horror game I would have to say is Dead Space, but some people are going to like the other ones I mentioned too, like Outlast or, Emily Wants to Play. So there you go. I hope you guys like the list. Be sure to subscribe, and I'm going to cover all the sales as they come up too. We're going to have maybe an Easter sale, we're going to have a big summer sale, big winter sale, maybe a Halloween sale. So I do all that. I also do free games of the week. They come out when I see some free games, because I want to tell you guys right away. So that's how it is, and my name is Andrew, and this is Elite Gaming HQ. Hope you liked the video, guys. Thanks for watching.